In this video, we are going to talk about 11 characteristics that I must have for a good Scrum Master. But first, as per the Scrum Guide 2020, the Scrum Master is accountable for establishing Scrum as defined in the Scrum Guide. They do this by helping everyone understand Scrum theory and practice, both within the Scrum team and the organization. The Scrum Master is accountable for the Scrum team's effectiveness. They do this by enabling the Scrum team to improve its practices within the Scrum framework. During the Scrum Master's day-to-day, they will need to shift between stances. There's 8 stances that the Scrum Master can take. You can watch this video right here for more details on these stances. The first thing a Scrum Master should be doing every single day with a team, with an organization, is leading, but without power. The word master gives you the feeling, the impression that the Scrum Master is mastering the team, the organization, or people, a certain level of control. But in the context of a Scrum Master, it means mastering Scrum, the Scrum framework, not the people, not the team, not the organization. The Scrum Master doesn't have any authority on the team. To be a successful Scrum Master, you'll need to persuade people, influence people every single day in your team, in other teams, and throughout the whole organization. And there will be a lot of persuading to do, especially for an organization that's just starting the agile journey, the agile transformation, or a new Scrum team. The new Scrum team will need to be persuaded, influenced to use the Scrum framework, the agile practices, the agile values. You can at least help them experiment with it first, guide them on the right path. But you can't just say, do this because I said so. No, you need to use all your skills to persuade them, gain their trust, and at least make them experiment with it. And once they experiment with the Scrum framework, the agile values, they'll see that it works. But that's a harder path compared to the typical leader that can just say, do this because I have authority on you, I have power on you. A good Scrum Master also involves the team in everything. Everything. All the decisions impacting the team should be made by the team, not the Scrum Master. No, the Scrum Master is here to support the team, guide the team in making these decisions based on information available, by asking the right questions, guiding them, persuading them, influencing them, making sure that they use the Scrum framework, but not telling them what to do. No. I see a lot of Scrum Masters telling the team that the daily Scrum should be at 9 every single day. Why are you doing that? Why can't you let the team decide on a time for the daily Scrum? Let them be self-organized. Let them be self-managed. Don't tell them what to do. Let them decide on a time that suits everyone in the team. People are more likely to do something if they feel that it's their decision, it's their idea. Another important thing that a good Scrum Master should have is knowledge and expert knowledge in the Scrum framework, mastering the Scrum framework, the agile principles, the agile values, agile practices. But not only that, people believe that the Scrum Master shouldn't be technical or have any business or knowledge in the specific domain, business knowledge that the team is working on. I don't like that. No, obviously, it's not a requirement. You can be a good Scrum Master even if you don't have a technical background or specific business knowledge or domain knowledge. But it helps. It helps. At the end of the day, most of your time will be asking questions. Every single day, most of your time will be asking questions so that you ensure that the team is going on the right path. You're not telling them what to do, you're just ensuring that they know what to do. They are taking the right path, they're thinking, and you can ask better questions, powerful questions, when you know the domain, when you're technical. It just makes sense. A good Scrum Master should spend a lot of time listening and observing the team. As an example, the daily Scrum. The daily Scrum shouldn't be facilitated by the Scrum Master. It's an event for the team, the developers. Let them organize. They craft a plan for the day to get closer to the sprint goal. As a Scrum Master, you are here to observe and ensure that everyone is doing their specific roles correctly, that they are doing the event, that they are meeting the goal, the outcome of the event, and respecting the time box of the event. And the same thing applies for all the other things, all the other sessions. Most of your time will be spent observing and listening. That's it. And you can ask powerful questions. You can give feedback to people in the session or after the session. I know that communication skills are important for every role. Everyone wants people with good communication skills. But I would say that the Scrum Master should have excellent communication skills because we are dealing with people every single day without authority. No authority. Dealing with people. You can't do anything without people. And your communication skills should be perfect. You should be really good. Else you'll be an average Scrum Master. Not a good one. A good Scrum Master should be a multitasker. I know that multitasking gets a bad rap, but like everything in life, there's always a good and better way to do things. And the same applies for multitasking. A good Scrum Master will have to work on current events, facilitate current events, participate in current events, while planning future events, and also reflecting on past events, going to meetings with management, with directors throughout the organization, other teams, so many things to do. You can watch this video, the day-to-day of a Scrum Master. We realize that the Scrum Master spends more time than 80 hours with a team, a single team. In this video, you can watch it later. There's so many things that the Scrum Master needs to do every single day. And the Scrum Master needs to context switch from one thing to another, but do it in an optimized manner, in an effective manner. Problems, impediments, issues can occur at any point during the day. You should be able, as a Scrum Master, to stop what you're doing to help the team and guide the team and advise the team during the day. It means context switching. So you should be good at planning your work correctly and multitask in an effective manner. A Scrum Master will be facilitating a lot of events for a new Scrum team, helping the team a lot in identifying and removing impediments and even removing these impediments for new teams. But if you keep on doing that, if you never take a step back and let the team self-organize and self-manage, you will always be needed by the team. And you'll spend your day doing what the team is supposed to be doing instead of doing your job. They are depending on you now. You are an impediment, preventing them from being self-managed. You shouldn't be doing that. From day one, you should guide the team on being more self-managed, self-organized. Let them do that. You should, at the start, be a teacher. Then you move to a coaching role. Then you move to a mentoring role. Then you are an advisor to a team. It's a progression, depending on the maturity of a team. A good Scrum Master should be humble, a servant leader to the service of a team, of an organization, of the people. When the Scrum Master is supporting a good team, a team doing really well, it usually means that the team has a good Scrum Master. Yeah, it goes end to end. But praises, when the team is doing well, the team will get the praises. The Scrum Master is often ignored when lifting up trophies or getting praises. But that's okay. A Scrum Master should be able to accept that. And the other way around, when the team is doing really bad, it's often we point fingers to the Scrum Master. The Scrum Master is not helping them enough. The Scrum Master should be able to understand that. But it's a career path. When I interview candidates for the role of a Scrum Master, I like asking them, what's their biggest achievement as a Scrum Master? And most people tell me, I accomplished that. I achieved that. I don't like this answer. Most people give that answer. I like answers that start with, we achieved that together, or I guided the team to do that. The team first. Put the team first as a Scrum Master. Make the team look good. And when the team look good, you look good. A good Scrum Master understands the value of rhythm. A good rhythm, a consistent pace, instead of going up and down and burning out the team. No, it's better to go consistently at a good pace instead of going consistently at a high pace and then crashing down because people are burning out. No. Consistency is extremely important, especially in Scrum. We should be predictable. When you look at the velocity of the team, it should be pretty consistent. When you look at the burn down chart, pretty consistent because we want to be predictable. We want to be able to use the current data to predict the future because the more we are predictable, the more we can serve the customers better. Which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile Scrum personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.